Slam Sector contains levels of brain rot that may be harmful or traumatizing to some audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
It did the thing again.
Yeah.
I gotta, Jordan, I gotta have you figure out how to help me fix this fade out on here. Anyways, hello, welcome to Slam Sector's 2025 year in review. Today we're going to be sort of talking about, what it says on the tin, 2025 favorite models, least favorite models, favorite moments. There's a question that I forgot to put on the rundown that I'm gonna surprise everyone with.
Oh, no.
So be prepared. It's an easy one. You either have an answer or you don't. And yeah, all that. We're gonna start with, how is everyone doing? First, I should probably be less rude. Jordan.
Well, you see, I forgot today was Wednesday.
Yeah, that happened.
So that's how I'm doing.
That definitely happened. Elliot.
I'm fine. I'm tired, but I'm fine. I haven't been sleeping super well, but beyond that, beyond the normal sleep-deprived Elliot, it's been a fine day. Totally good. I had a very, mature, responsible dinner of a salad bowl full of pizza bites, and I mean, like, it was like a big bowl, chock-a-block full. I filled a cooking tray until it was just a sheet of all pizza bites, and then I cooked them all, and then I put them in a salad bowl, and then I sat and watched YouTube with my wife and ate pizza bites. I'm sure my stomach's going to feel great later, but that was it.
What YouTube rec do you have for the audience?
Veil Fisk. We were watching his newest release, which I think came out today. He is a YouTuber who does a lot of like torture games where he makes board games or like makes game modes that are a pain in the neck to play and then forces his friends to play it. It's very fun.
Got it.
We all thought something else.
No, it's not. Yeah. No, y'all are in the wrong. No, it's
I was
just,
thinking like Operation Spanish Inquisition mode.
That sounds like a future Slam.
Never would have expected it.
He got his friends to play a version of Monopoly that had two boards, and each board had like 4 lanes next to each other that you could go in between. So it was like super mega Monopoly. It took them like 12 hours to play.
Could you also go back in time? Just 4D Monopoly?
They did also play 5D chess where you can go back or 5D Risk where you can go back in time while playing Risk.
No, that's so much worse.
That chess
great
game?
content.
It's like 3-dimensional chess with dimension swapping or whatever that's on Steam.
Yeah. Except it's Risk, and you can send your troops back in time, and that will create another timeline where in one point you reinforced in France, and in the other timeline you actually moved into Germany, and then you have to measure on. It's crazy.
That's fucking wild.
Great content. Veil Fisk, really cool stuff. He only ever releases videos like once every like 3 months.
There was a YouTuber that I saw one time did like Soviet Russia Monopoly. That's not the same guy, is it?
I don't think so. I don't remember that.
Okay, it was like Russian rules Monopoly, and it was like basically every there's the go to jail slot. There was a ton of go to gulag slots on the board.
One Speed Wonder is correct. It wasn't Risk. It's 5D diplomacy, like the old diplomacy.
God.
Oh, fuck that!
Yeah,
that's even worse.
No,
5D diplomacy.
No.
You're right. It wasn't Risk. It was diplomacy. That was my bad. I was misremembering.
So they're probably still playing that game today.
The game legitimately is to play it until it crashes, because it eventually crashes around turn 10. Like, you just get as far as you can before the thing implodes on itself. Yeah, it sounds like One Speed is familiar with Veil Fisk. Great content. But right now you're watching us live. That's what that meant.
Ryan, don't think I've forgotten about you. Ryan, how are you doing?
I am tired.
You are
even more tired after Elliot's talk about all these things. My brain is taxed by it. No, I ate too much cheese for dinner. with my carnitas.
No such
You
thing.
ate too much. Hey Ryan, you could like
No such thing.
hit up some friends to go like try out this Mexican place with you that you keep talking.
I
up.
could. Sometimes I eat very spontaneously, and it's just like it's there and that's happening.
No,
before I
you
even
like
know it's
had to
happening.
drive there and like order.
Yeah, I was out. I was out and I was passing it, and I was like, okay, well, I'm doing
Okay.
it.
All right.
Next time I go, I'll bring you along.
All right. Maybe I'll come.
But not me.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Not
Their
me.
margaritas
Either.
are
Elliot,
pretty
we're gonna
good.
go have our own
Like,
dinner.
I'm within a
Alright.
stone's throw of Ryan, and he's not going to take me. But Jordan, I'll come down to Decatur and get you. How about that?
Those two get their own dinner. That way.
Yeah.
You guys are that way. You guys
are
You get
invited.
your own dinner.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
You're invited.
I would say it makes sense because like Ryan and I are on the same side of town, and you guys are, but no, because Elliot and Ryan live so close. Anyways, we're gonna stop talking about where we live.
Let's
you
not
can
dox anyone.
find my address below. But while you do that, hey, we have some things. What were we to like sort of break the ice here? Even though I've already kind of done that. What were we most excited about, looking forward to, jazzed about going into 2025? Because we as a crew, we went into 2025 with some high energy, high hopes, jazz hands,
Bricked
fingers
up
flashing.
stuff.
I mean, I'm gonna kind of like steal Elliot's answer here a little bit, but like we were coming fresh off the grand narrative for that year, and I was fucking amped for the next one. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think
Yeah,
that's
that was my
super
thing.
fair.
I thought that Votan was going to get a release, but I thought it was going to be like three models while everyone else was getting one. I thought it was going to be something smaller. So my big hope for the year was just Grand Narrative. Very excited. I'll get some new Votan at some point, but the Grand Narrative was the bigger thing. I was kind of surprised that we got basically a second full release of Votan. And so that definitely was like a big happy surprise, like celebration moment for me. But at the start of the year, it was the Grand Narrative. That's kind of what I had my eyes set on. Right.
Yeah, I think at the start of the year I was kind of in the same vibe, but I had a bigger thing I was more excited about was that I would be moving to Georgia and playing way more games of 40K. I'm waiting for that to happen, but I just thought you guys play 40K every night, but I guess that's.
I
Just,
mean, we were gonna play last.
we
night.
used to until you moved here.
Until I moved here, you stopped. Yeah, we were gonna
We
play last
stopped,
night. It is my wife's birthday today, so I made her dinner last night and
Happy birthday.
spent time
Happy
with her
birthday,
so that
Sean
I
wife.
could be here for After Dark instead.
It's more important.
Priorities,
Priorities.
We'll get some games in the new year.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I can cancel my plans on Sunday and play game if you want.
I'll be in another state.
Wow, dude. Wow,
Ryan's
I mean, you can
fleeing
come up there. I know a good local game store up there. You can swing by.
George.
Some good beer. Up
Is it
there,
the one where
too.
we got the hats?
Is
Yeah.
it the one you took me to? Yeah,
Yes.
that place was fun.
Yeah.
And those people were super nice.
They're very nice. Yeah.
By the way, my plans on Sunday are to play a game at Jordan. So,
Yeah,
Oh, there you go.
yeah, that's what I thought.
yeah.
You both.
Ryan,
Three-way.
what were you?
Yeah. What was my what?
Speaking of three ways, what were you the most excited about going into 2025?
Obviously, Grand Narrative, but beyond that, if my ravaged sense of time is correct, at the end of 2024, they teased Emperor's Children at the end of one of their streams, and so I was pretty amped for that. Pretty excited.
Okay.
That was probably my top thing for this year going into it. Later on, I got excited about Hellsmiths, and then sad because I don't have the
So
spare
I
cash to buy them yet.
think, if I'm remembering correctly, Emperor's Children got teased not 2024 but 2023.
Ow!
And then they
That
started
can't be
showing off all
right.
this, and then they started showing off all the stuff at the end of 24, and then released it at the beginning of 25.
I kind of
Oh,
thought
okay.
that.
I'm
But
pretty sure because there
I
was a
don't-
long time where they like teased it and then did nothing.
Yeah.
I don't feel time,
Me neither.
so it's hard for me to gauge these things.
Are the Hellsmiths the dark dwarves, the chaos dwarves?
Yeah.
Chorfs. Yeah.
The
dwarfs?
Dowie Czar, as they would be called in the old world.
Okay.
That's their word, though.
That's some
Yeah.
nerd stuff right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of those models are really cool. I'm not like
bad.
that's the one thing that or there's been a couple of things that have made me go, okay, maybe I'll play fantasy, and that's one of them where I'm like, okay, those guys are pretty cool.
It's funny because I don't love them that much. Like they're, and I don't know what it is. I like a lot of the heroes, but the army as a whole like just doesn't get me.
They
And
look
I don't-
very
I
like
love-
World of Warcraft, and that's what I
Yeah,
I, really
I
like
think
about
that might
them.
be my issue.
Yeah.
Because
I
I'm
Like,
not.
love-
I want to paint them as dark iron dwarves and just have them charge in.
That'd be very fitting. Yeah.
Yeah.
It would.
I love their infantry. I love the hobgoblins. I love the little gong guy. I love their
Gong
like,
guy's
good.
bull centaurs with their like Jaffa helmets.
Well, Ryan, do you love them enough to have picked them as your favorite model? We're gonna find out here in a moment. Jordan,
Whoa, it's empty up there.
it's actually
model?
not.
Oh,
That's
boy.
the secret.
We're talking favorite models?
Your favorite model.
My favorite model of this year, easily Prince Fortry. Yeah. That guy right there. Fucking- That AOS continues to just like have significantly better models than 40k, and that like update for the zombie dragon just fucking rips.
Now, so it's funny you should mention that because we were kind of talking about this online yesterday, and my favorite model of the year is the zombie dragon. Now I've
You
made
just don't
it.
like the guy on top.
Alone.
I just don't. I don't like the extra bits that come with it. They seem unnecessary.
He's got like a fucking huge lance though, like sitting up there.
Yeah.
It's sick.
So he is awesome. I love the
Oh,
like
he
tower
is.
dripping into blood thing. Like,
That's a
and then
cool
the
secret.
chalice at the bottom is very, very cool. The lance is so big it doesn't fit on the screen when I magnify the image. I did pick another one. We're gonna come back around. I have these in a specific order, because we didn't want to pick duplicates. Ryan, I have here in the notes your favorite model was
The Phoenician.
Prince Vordry,
Fulgrim.
which made you pick another one, which was
The Phoenician. Fulgrim.
Weirdly, we all Prince Fortry.
yeah. I think Prince Vordry is the number one model
I
from
said
the
he
Slam
was
crew.
cool. He's definitely. It's a very cool model. It's,
Yeah.
If I picked Fulgrim over that because we just don't play AOS that much, so it's hard to get excited if we don't play it that much. But maybe that will change in the new
We
year. Who knows?
don't. I do think that's probably going to be changing. Maybe.
We're not off to a great start with January, but you know.
Well, I'm really excited. I am really excited about January, to be honest.
too.
I'm sad I'm only in one of the games for January. So,
Yeah, the Fulgrim model is very cool.
The people
Very
spoke.
interesting how it goes together as someone who just finished building it. But it wasn't a bad build. It was just kind of bizarre build.
they do a lot of these
Um,
big models very interestingly.
Yeah, the snake body in particular, like it's got to be a hard thing to get injection molded. So
Mhm.
I get it.
Yeah.
I need to get a little gap filler. I'm going to do that tomorrow, and then I'm
Um,
gonna paint them over Christmas probably.
If you could find it
Ooh.
at oh, my desk is such a mess. If you could find it at Hobbytown, I have this aircraft Squadron Hobbies aircraft putty, and it's so good as gap filler, and I don't see it, and I'm realizing the camera tracking probably just went crazy on my screen.
It
But
was a
It
little.
wasn't too bad.
Just a little.
Elliot,
Yeah.
your favorite model?
I see. My favorite model. See, I was going with in my head. I was like, oh, what's like my favorite model that like I've put my hands on. So I went with the Chthonian Earthshakers. I think that it's a.
Keep
What were
going.
you gonna say?
No, I'll ask you after.
They're, fun to build, just because they are like little dioramas. So like I very purposely put like one dude who's pointing over the shoulder, the other guy who has the data pad, so he's like backseat driving. Um so like you have a little like creativity there, which is fun. They serve a fun role in the army, which I
Mhm.
like, having like mortar teams to give me a screening while also giving me like some midfield control. Um they gave me a good opportunity for kit bashing like those Tyranid control nodes for like my specific army, which was really cool and fun. Um, so they're just cool. They're fun little things. I also just from a lore perspective really like the idea of shooting mortars under people's feet and then having them come up under their toesies.
Sure.
That's
Yeah.
really fun. So it just kind of like hits like a lot of different points of like easy and fun to build, kind of fun to paint because you got skin tones, you got like the metallic bits, you got these different things. Fun to kind of like kit bash and like set up like your own little story of like why they're walking around where they are. It's just fun.
Do you have a favorite model you didn't paint? Didn't get your hands on?
See, that I would have to really think.
I know you would have
about.
had to look at the list, so
Yeah, I'd have to look up more. It might be the bull dragon
from Hash It,
guy from the
from
the
Chorfs.
giant bull dragon things from the
Gorgon.
Chorfs. The Gorgon, yeah.
Mhm.
That
Yeah,
thing,
it's pretty
that thing. I've seen some people do some really cool paint jobs on that, and that one's really, really cool. But I'm also a big fan of like big elemental, heavy metal.
Would the
like,
Chorf
stuff.
or would the Cathay Dragon beat it out?
Which one's the Cathay Dragon? I'd have
It's
to
the
look that one
big like Komodo dragon, the big Eastern dragon.
up.
Moto Dragon?
Komodo.
Yeah, that's a very dated phrase. Eastern dragon.
No, yeah, the Chorf one beats it out because I like that
Okay.
kind of like heavy, like metallic, elemental build. So like
Okay.
of models that I haven't painted but
Then-
I've seen that got released this year, that would probably be my
Then,
favorite.
Elliot, let me tell you, you're gonna love my next pick because my next pick is all about big heavy metal, and that is the Saturnine Dreadnought. And I particularly like this paint job on it. Although I guess we
It's a good paint
technically
job.
have to use the classic one because we use the classic for everything else. But I kind of think the Salamander one is boring. But I have not built this guy yet. Everyone knows I am a big glutton for dreadnoughts, and these are just Leviathan Dreadnoughts Plus. The framing on them is even like the same as the Leviathan Dread. Even the Saturnine Terminators are basically mini Leviathan Dreads with the extra pads on top. So, although Zombie Dragon's my favorite, this one gets essentially an elevated honorable mention instead. So we have our favorite models: Prince Fordry / Zombie Dragon, Fulgrim, Chthonian Earthshakers, and Saturnine Dreadnought.
I like how small mine is in comparison because I
Well,
didn't I guess fully understand the homework.
but I also like you're totally right though.
You don't
with
have to
the,
pick a big model.
yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
a good one.
Like,
I
it's
almost
just-
picked a infantry scale model.
Yeah,
character.
which will be we'll talk about that in honorable mentions when we get there, because it is on there. I think maybe one of them is Jordan.
Hello.
Well, I'm going to lead this one off because we're talking about favorite codexes here now. I don't really have a favorite codex. I had 2 codexes released for armies I play this year. One of them you'll see in a later category. The other one is the Thousand Suns. I think the Thousand Suns codex is good, but it's not great. I do, however, think that the codex Jordan picked is great, despite me not playing that army. Jordan, favorite codex of the year?
Guard. I think Guard had the best codex.
Why?
They were just like a really good mix of being very flavorful, but also being not shit to play. It's like it to me felt kind of like the Imperium version of the Orcs Codex, and that like you had a couple of like, here's your straightforward, you're playing Warhammer detachments, and then here's a couple of just like off the
dope.
wall kind of like the siege regiment is insane because you just like
Yeah.
have all of these like cool effects that you trigger from off the battlefield and stuff, but it's like not necessarily a super competitive detachment. And to me, that's like kind of what encompasses a good codex, is that healthy mix of good and fluffy.
Yeah, because we've seen what happens when you just do fluffy and bad fluff at that. Ryan, have you gotten a chance to play the Siege Regiment out of Guard yet?
No. But maybe I'll play it in Inquisitorial Summer. Or winter.
Inquisitorial
January.
Summer in July.
In January.
In January.
Inquisition with
January.
bathing suits and floaties in
Look,
January.
I said I don't do time. Yeah. I'll take a
Ryan.
look at it. I need to review that.
What codexes did you play? What new codexes did you play, and which was your favorite of those new codexes?
Well, my favorite codex of 2025 was the Dark Eldar Codex, otherwise known as Drukari, otherwise known as Deldar, if you're a refined gentleman.
Otherwise known as the bane of my existence.
100% win rate so far. Sorry, Jordan. No, I think it's a good one. It's got a lot of flavor in it. It's got a lot of strength, some good abilities. The whole pain system, while that might be a turnoff to some people, it having like extra mechanics just feels like home to me. Like after, what was it, 2 editions ago, where we had like 3 different army rules, one for the Cabals, one for the Cults, one for the Covens, and their own enhancements and stratagems for all those, all in one army. Like, this is easier than that.
To be fair, that's when
even though-
I looked at Drukari to play, and I thought that was
Yeah.
super cool. But
there was a lot of fun to that, but the pain token system, essentially sort of like a second CP stratagem system, is a lot of fun. They're just fun to play.
I think the pain token system does what. And I was about to. The reason I paused was because I thought you were done with the statement. So we're gonna delay my transition here. I think the pain token system does what the next codex we're going to talk about tried to do with another set of tokens. But Ryan, continue your thought because I'm an asshole. I'm sorry.
I kind of finished it. I like the pain token system. Good codex. I love the cover art. It's just, it's just a Cavalite warrior, good blue collar.
I love it.
Drukari warrior out there doing his thing.
You and your blue collar.
You guys.
I
put that-
think most of the codexes have their like blue collar troop on them.
A good blue collar gentleman.
Except this next one, Elliot. Who was your codex?
Votan. Of
No
course,
one is
Votan.
shocked. No one is shocked.
Nobody's shocked.
I mean, he's got a collar
Everybody-
and it's blue.
True.
True. The bury right there perfectly matches my lore for my personal army of being a bunch of Votan hunting using their parts for armor and weapons and stuff. So that's perfect. Not all of the detachments are perfect. There's a couple that I just have basically zero interest in, but overall, a lot of good options, a lot of good lore and fluff and stuff, which for a new army where we only have one book, we have very little lore. Every little bit counts, right? So that was really nice. It's fun. I like my Votan boys.
Do you think did you at all expect what the expansion to the line was going to be?
No. Well, kind of. Some of the things were a little bit on my prediction list.
Okay.
Some of the things that I wanted and was predicting didn't show up on. For instance, weirdly, we didn't get the jump pack warriors. I really thought that was going to show up. And there's a
Now you
few
just
other
have
things
the
that I
one
still.
jump pack warrior model.
Yeah. And there's still some stuff that I really want that is in the lore that we don't have yet. So there's still some expectations. The surprises that we got were really nice. For instance, the Earth Shakers. I wasn't expecting that, but really happy that we got that. And I knew that they were going to take a second look at how the Judgment tokens work, like you were mentioning before, because it just really wasn't working. I like what they were trying to do with judgment tokens from like a lore perspective. I get what they were trying to do, but it just became impossible for them to balance. But I do like a lot the new yield point system. It kind of encourages you to play very aggressively, but at the same time, it gives you, kind of like Ryan, having a second resource to spend. You almost every detachment has some way of spending yield points on a stratagem to buff it or on an enhancement to activate it, in a special way, like different things like that. Even certain characters have ways of interacting with them. So you have like this extra resource that encourages aggressive play and rewards it. And so far, with the games that I've played and playing it all through the grand narratives, it seems way more balanced than the judgment tokens ever were.
Yeah,
So
those sort of had
I
an
like
issue
what
where they
they've
didn't
done.
come into play, right?
Yeah.
Like you couldn't trigger them.
Yeah. Well, that or the judgment tokens big thing was just like, okay, at the beginning, especially when we only had the index, it was like at the beginning of the game, this one, these units are now going to be way easier to kill forever. And then as you try and stop me from doing that, I'll kill you more. It just didn't really work out super well from a design standpoint, but the yield points do.
Okay.
Yeah.
For both these categories, we have some honorable mentions because there's a lot of stuff we love. Nope, hold on. We're gonna come back to that. We're gonna come back to that page. I promise. Honorable mentions are all models apparently. Does anyone want to take one of these first?
I mean, I've already talked about the Hellsmiths, so I can.
Yeah.
I do love him.
Chorfs. What else do you need to know? No, they're
He's just a
very
warlock.
cool. I like how they've kind of updated their design language. They kept them looking like Chaos Dwarves and made them like a little less cartoony, but like kept enough of the cartoon villain to them on some of the models. Their war machines look great. The Tauruses look great.
Well,
They still got big hats.
I like everything about them. They kept the tall hats, but they made them look good. They gave them a little more drip.
I like how his little like book plinth has little legs and crawls around like a little Spider-Man.
Oh yeah.
That's pretty
Yeah,
great.
that book bit is really cool because it's like stone chiseled tablets. It's like cuneiform type stuff. It's very cool. I really want to get their starter set and a few of the other models, but I just got to wait a little bit. I've been rolling too hot this year. I got
Too
cool
greedily
things down
and
a
too
bit.
deep, if you will.
Way too deep, brother.
Hell yeah, brother.
And then the other model, there's two up here that I did, so I'll just go ahead and do my other one. Lycus, the Warp Spider Exarch. I love that model. I love it for a couple of reasons. A, it's just a cool fucking model. I've always liked Warp Spiders. They're like one of my favorite. Just forgot what they're called. Aspect
The
Wars.
the updated warp spiders also look pretty good.
Yeah, they're good too. Like Warp Spiders have like when I first got into 40K, it was the Warp Spider models. Yeah, that's the old Exarch. They haven't had Phoenix Lord. Is that the right
Yeah,
word?
Phoenix Lord.
Yeah, Phoenix Lord. I've always wondered what the Warp Spider Phoenix Lord would be like. And as far as I know, they haven't had a model for one until this. It's been years. So it's cool to see
Phoenix Lords are like the leader of their sub-factions, right?
The Phoenix Lords exemplify a particular aspect among the paths. So
it's more like martial arts schools. Sort of.
So like a bunch of the Eldar units are like people that have chosen a specific path, and Phoenix Lords are sort of the exemplar of that path.
Okay. They're the black belt in the class that show everyone else how to do it.
One Speed Wonder, Sean was holding up an Exarch, an old Exarch. Old, like, Power Blade Exarch.
And I have my little warp.
I am aware that this is a Phoenix Lord.
Kind
of hard to
see.
I
have a Warp Spider, Exarch, and Phoenix Lord on my desk for some reason.
I've got some of those models laying around too somewhere.
Oh, good.
But
Jordan
anyway,
needs a squad
yeah,
of them.
it's a cool model.
Hey, so I want to shout out all of the new Phoenix Lords. All look fucking sick. I don't know their names, but the one with the wings, I really love.
Baharoth?
Aeroth.
Baharoth is
Baharoth.
amazing. Baharoth might be also correct. I have no idea.
Fuegan.
Is
You
the
can-
dude with the
Malgan
sniper
looks really
rifle
good.
that's also a scythe?
Malgan
Is he a
Ra is
Phoenix Lord?
oldish, but yes. Well,
Yeah,
it's not a sniper rifle. It's like a big fucking shuriken cannon.
Oh, it's a big gun
We-
that's also a scythe, and he looks like a Grim Reaper sniper man.
Yes.
Didn't they just
Yeah,
redo
That's
that model
That's Malgan Ra.
last year? Didn't
They
they?
redid
Ah,
him
okay.
last edition.
Okay.
Last edition.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
Karandras
Uh,
got redone by disappearing.
Yeah, that was an interesting omission. Perhaps he's in Kimura,
now,
being an incubi.
shockingly, Jordan did not nominate these next two, even though they're both armies he plays. Although I think he would have nominated the Wolves if I hadn't already written them down. I want to talk about Krieg because holy shit, this Krieg command squad and the new leader on horse make me want to build a Krieg army. That command squad is fucking cool. I don't know what it is, like, but something about it, the style, the mood, the colors, like, makes me really want to build it. I probably would do a different scheme if I did, because I don't know how I would kit bash them. Probably do like more like of a tannish, maybe a little bit of green with some a lot of dark gray in there on the tanks. You know, some dark gray, some slightly different gray on the cloaks, maybe leaning into the tan.
Like steel, like a steel.
Yeah,
color.
like some sort of drab color.
Oh,
Jordan, you want to talk about Space Wolves?
I see.
Yeah, sure. All the like Space Wolf shit that we got was really sick. Logan Grimnar obviously super rad and kind of dashed everyone's hopes for getting Lehman Russ anytime soon. But super dope model. Arjak Rockfist, super dope model with the like different poses with the hammer.
I
The
need one
Blood
of him.
Claws. I like fully did not expect Blood Claws and Grey Hunters to get redone, but all of those models look fucking rad.
Yeah.
Even what's the ones that just came out? The like new Wolf Scouts. The new Wolf Scouts are fucking
Those look
sweet.
good.
Oh yeah.
I do like
Yeah.
that they have like a random Psyker or squad leader. It's kind of funny.
Yeah,
Jordan, you also I think just submitted another one.
I did. So this was actually what I was gonna pick before I realized that Vordry came out this year. I was gonna pick Aethon Shan. Out of all of the new like Space Marine leaders that they came out with, he's easily the coolest.
Goes so
Um,
hard.
And I'm going to turn him into a Space Wolf jump captain.
I don't know why I didn't see him on the list of models released today. Like I don't know what what gave there,
I don't know.
but yeah, he might have also been my top pick. But I
Yeah,
like he didn't.
I was gonna pick that until I remember that like Vordry came out this
yeah.
year.
In all honesty, this probably should have been my top pick. But I dread not.
There's a chance I turn him into a Night Lord also. Now that,
That-
I can get a Night Lord in Warp Talons.
He looks nothing like a Night Lord. I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, yeah.
I
he's
mean,
the
He
easiest.
could be
I
a jump
can get
lord.
him
You
there.
could have another jump lord.
easiest Night Lord conversion you ever did. I want like a bunch of those helmets for Phobos armor. Would be sick.
Yeah, that helmet is a cool.
It's like almost a weird
Style.
updated Primaris Beaky.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like it. I wish I think that it's going to be a one-off, but it'd be so cool if they like. You know what else it kind of looks like is a stormtrooper helmet with the
I can
little
kinda see
like
it.
rebreather bits on the side.
I can kind of see that.
Kind
I if y'all are kit bash, I'm gonna kit bash him in an Einherjar champion.
Yeah, fucking do it. I'll
Then
help.
we'll have
Just give him a big fuck
we'll have
off
a
hammer in the
three-way.
other hand.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's going to be my Death Watch jump captain for sure. Because
We have a four-way then. Four-way
Fucking-
battle of the jump captains.
fucking goes hard. All right, we're gonna go back. We're gonna go back a page on this slide here because there were some stinkers.
There were some stinkers this year for sure.
Black Templar's Codex. Whoa! Earlier, Jordan, you were talking about when perfect combination of lore and strategy.
Yeah.
This is an example of what happens when you go too hard on the lore and it's not good lore, and you get the Black Templar's Codex, which is nigh unplayable. I've tried. I've done okay with it, honestly, but that's just strength of units. The detachments are like so boring and so like detrimental. Jordan,
You're like 100% of the time better off taking a Codex Space Marines detachment.
Gladius, Firestorm,
Yeah.
Ironstorm.
I need to take a look at that codex.
Yeah, this was my submission. The Grey Knights. That is a fucking travesty. What they did. They were like, "Oh, hope you guys get excited for some new Grey Knights stuff," and it's a fucking upgrade sprue for the fucking baby carrier, which everybody hates.
Yeah.
Insane.
They did crimes that day.
Insane.
To be clear, I like these upgrade components. I don't like them as the only thing Grey Knights fucking got. Elliot,
Absurd.
I'm sorry,
Y'all are just mean to me.
but this
Y'all
isn't
just-
about you.
You see how there's only 3 stinkers up here and there's 4 of us. I'm over here vibing in
Here's
my
the
muck,
thing. Here's
just
the thing.
like totally chill, no problems. And then so y'all saw me happy and decided that you wanted to be mean to me. That's what happened here.
But this isn't okay. The fact you shouldn't feel targeted here, because the whole point of the stinkers is it's things we love not getting what we think they deserve. I think Votan deserve better than Steeljacks.
They've grown on me. I'm okay with them now.
That's
When I
fine.
first
That's
saw them-
good.
when I
I'm
first
glad
saw
that they
them, I
have.
definitely was like, they're my least
They're-
favorite model.
they're another
that we
new-
got.
They're like another new divisive model. Like,
Yeah.
everybody has a split opinion on these. I just think that they look cursed as hell.
I think they need thicker. I think they need thicker legs. Like I would have rather you get like Saturnine scale, like Saturnine Terminator scale, like dwarf mini mechs. You know, would have been cool. But instead, we got
Saturnine are too. They just look too goofy.
I don't mean the shape. I mean the size.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
wanna
mean the
see
size.
a
If I
of
was
it.
gonna,
diagram
if I was gonna
of
pick,
these
if I was gonna
things,
pick a
one of those.
stinker, honestly, it would
They
probably
don't.
be Saturnine.
They don't fit.
Maybe
Yeah.
they're just curled up like the OG 40k dreadnoughts, or I guess Rogue Trader dreadnoughts, where they get in a fetal position. They're just
Well,
jammed in there.
The Centurions are the same way. The Centurions are definitely like their arms are strapped to their chest.
Well, you
Right.
can see the Marine in the Centurion. Like if you look
Right,
at
but
his
not the
back,
arms. You can't see the arms.
Is it not visible?
No,
I haven't really looked that close.
no, because
Nundums has visible arms.
Yeah.
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 Nundums use like Appleseed style mecha.
Nundums
Yeah.
are like the
Kinda,
perfect.
yeah.
They're like the perfect combination of the baby carrier and the Centurions in a weird way. Like
Gundams are cool.
they're kind of like a weird
I
combination.
mean, that's
of those.
another one that like has very split opinions. A lot of people love them. A lot of people hate them.
I love them.
Really?
I think they're great.
No, I understand why people are, meh on them. They've grown on me. It took me a minute, but I've got some good kit bash ideas for when I eventually get some. Don't have any yet, but the plan is to get at least 6 so I can have 3 range, 3 melee. But I think
Yeah,
it'll be okay.
Important
I
to
think
point
with
out,
a little bit of
not a
work,
shot.
It'll be okay.
Important to point out, not a shot at you. It's in fact in your support. I just want you to have better.
Now, if you really want to be
appreciate that.
cringe, you'll put like a regular helmetless Votan head on one of these things.
Moving on. Moving on. What is your favorite thing we did as Slam Sector this year? I'm gonna start. We did a great job getting other creators on, and getting some interesting guests for After Dark specifically, and for the Slam Scale specifically. And I think they've all loved the Slam Scale as a concept. So like for
Yeah.
me, that was great.
It's a good way to like from our perspective to like judge the codexes, because it's not solely focused on the competitive power of it.
Yeah, I have some things I want to kind of change up on how we do them in the future. Not the actual scale, that's not changing. Just how we talk about it on the show. And I think we need to start considering going back and doing some retroactive slam scale, rapid fire style, on some of these codices because
Look, last After Dark of 10th edition, we'll do every detachment in the entire game.
10th edition's on the slam scale. Hell yeah, let's fucking
It'll be a
go.
12-hour
next day.
stream.
Yeah, I'll take the next day off of work and we'll just rip it.
Elliot,
We'll just slam it,
Yeah.
baby.
on a similar vein, what was your highlight here?
I really have liked a lot of the stuff. This was honestly really hard to pick. You know, I kind of just sat and just kind of stared at the ceiling, kind of thought back over the year. We've played a lot more different games. Like I do love 40K, don't get me wrong, but it is fun to, you know, try different game modes, try different different games. Even the ones I didn't get to play, like what's the orc one?
Spice
Space
Gates.
Spice Gates. Didn't get to play it, but it was fun to watch. Really fun to watch. And just like, you know, be exposed to all these different things. And then the other thing is getting to collab with other creators and stuff. It's, you know, I've been doing like live streaming and collabing with other creators for like 5 years now. And yet it's still to this very day very surreal when you're suddenly in a Discord call with someone that you like respect and you've been looking at their content and they're like a bit of an inspiration to you. And next thing you know, you're just chatting with them. And then after you get off of that call, you have like, at least I have like 5 hours of like, that wasn't real. like, you know, enter a fugue state of like, that didn't just happen because that was too cool. So that, you know, it's still really exciting when that happens. So that was definitely a highlight for me.
It is kind of a bummer. I like put the knowledgeable guests on as my highlight, but I've only been on with one guest, so like,
yeah. Well,
you know,
I've
really,
only
it's
been
more
on
of a
We've
with
had a
Brad.
lot of good ones, though.
yeah, we have
Yeah.
had a lot of good ones. Jordan, I'm gonna come back to you, but
Hello.
you have a similar vein on this one. But I'm gonna steal one of yours too, because Ryan didn't put it on his. We finally started the narrative.
True.
And while internally it's been a lot of work for us behind the scenes for a number of reasons.
Mostly
We've just
Ryan.
been but also like us trying to get the games in like has been pulling teeth a
Yeah.
little bit. Like that's not on Ryan, that's on us. But we're all very busy and work is a pain. So like I just wanted to shout that out before we move forward that we did get the narrative running. And we have the narrative doc available in the Discord. So check that out because Ryan's put a ton of work into it. So before Ryan talks about his 2 other things on here that, you know, whatever. That's not a shot at Ryan. I just wanted. It's the opposite. I want to blow smoke up Ryan's ass in a good
The
way.
takeaway here is employment is cringe.
Employment is
Your jobs.
cringe, which is why we're not firing Ryan today because he's
I'm
cringe
just
Ryan.
quitting.
Yeah, Jordan's quit. Well, we thought you did, honestly, when you didn't show up for the stream. Ryan, what's your highlights?
Elliot kind of spoiled my main highlight. It was, and like he said, it was a hard one to pick, but Space Gets was just fun. You know, it was just straight up fun. It's like the kind of stuff that gets you into tabletop wargaming is just the kind of dumb fun.
I have
And, like,
some
making the
Space
terrain.
Gets news.
What?
The army building app for Space Gets came out. And
Oh yeah, I
so,
posted about that.
did you? I was
Yeah,
playing
like,
around in it the other day,
a couple weeks ago.
and this means it's going to be so much easier. We got to start a campaign from scratch.
I'm ready to go, baby.
I'm interested in playing. I haven't gotten a chance to play yet.
Elliot's in.
It's just really fun to watch.
All right, well, you
Tony's
got to get some boys, and we got to start kit bashing.
Yeah, even Tony's in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I might just, if there's people who aren't into tabletop wargaming like Tony, I might just throw one of my boxes of therapy orcs into a pile and be like,
It's funny.
make a gang.
It's funny how Tony is like this Slam Sector lore character that like nobody has ever seen, but we just talk about him all the time.
It's also funny that like Tony, who doesn't give a shit about 40K, like always seems to know. Like whenever I talk to him about it, he's like so dialed in. Like he
Because he just hears us. He just like listens to us and absorbs it.
Tony has a great passion and appreciation for like art and like cartoons in particular.
Yeah.
And some of the people he follows are big into 40K, and they'll draw like comics and stuff on their Twitter or Blue Sky.
That's true.
And so he just has absorbed residual 40K knowledge over time. I'm sure us talking about it has also force fed him a little bit, but
absolutely.
Yeah.
I teased him with some Emperor's Children models the other day, and he's like, "Oh, I would love to do that." I'm like, "Yeah, you would. Fuck yeah, you would." Ryan, I also
a lot easier to get him to actually play Space Kits though.
I 100% agree. I 100% agree. Like we do.
It encourages drink. It encourages you to drink. So
we have a big get together every year, and that would have been one that I would have liked to have had like Ryan prep some games for. At that, because I think a lot of people would have loved it.
I would have brought Space Kits or Blood Bowl if I had been coming, but
Jordan.
Hello.
I got to play that game that Infinity this year with Ryan. I think Ryan and I had a lot of fun working towards that. How do you feel about Infinity, and why is it your least favorite thing we did this year?
Me?
Yeah.
I just think it's boring. I don't know.
Okay.
I know you said it as a joke, but it might be the least favorite thing that we've done this year. And then
What are
just
your
like does not appeal to me at all.
What are your favorites?
I mean, Skirmish Summer kind of as a whole was a lot of fun. I made a lot of new graphics.
Yeah, you did.
For that, which was probably I said I wasn't going to, and then I made different graphics for every game that we did.
Mm-hmm. Sure did.
So I think like just kind of encapsulating in general, just like playing new games, playing like weirdo modes of 40K, played some AOS. Yeah, like Space Kits. We did Quar. We did Trench Crusade, which was a lot of fun. We did some Horde mode this year. We did some of that Space Marine Operations mode this year. We've done a bunch of different narrative takes on the game. So yeah, I just
Hero
like
mode?
the level of diversity. Yeah, hero mode, that too. We like to get a little weird with it. I think like kind of towards the beginning of when we started the channel, we were just kind of a little too honed in on playing vanilla 40K, and I like diversifying it a little bit.
I agree, and I want to like give all three of you props. Mostly Jordan, because when I came up with the idea for Skirmish Summer, the expectation was I was going to be here when it started. And so I would be able to shoulder some of that burden of we need to prep armies for this. And then I wasn't here until the very end. So, whoops. I'm sorry. No, I was here at the very beginning, right? That's how it ended up working. I came out, but then I went back to California for a bit. So, anyways, I'm
Game
sorry.
for Infinity. I don't know.
Yeah. I have a quick, which we kind of all touched on a little bit. What was your favorite game this year on stream?
Like individual matchup?
Individual game or match, and it could be like it was Quar because you got to play Quar or whatever.
Oh, you can't do this to me.
I can though.
Man,
I get
rough.
to. And if you don't have an answer, you don't have an answer.
Well, I have to look now.
So I will say mine. Mine was the last narrative game that we just did 2 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago?
That was a good one.
That was a lot of fun.
Tight game.
Yeah. It was a tight game. It was a
It
lot
was
of
a very
fun.
close game.
Felt like I was finally kind of starting to understand the army. Or at least not understanding it, but finding a niche in that army that I could play effectively. Although again, I think Jordan's Dark Angels are just scary. You know him so well.
It's like the only army I'm good at.
Sure. Well, I was also I was because we got the BDS just this last week. We're now getting the like army tier lists, and like everyone's like, yeah, these guys are really good. So
yeah, specifically like Wrath of the Rock, but yeah, I don't. If I had to like pick one, probably It's kind of a toss up between the last Votan versus Black Templars, where we did that custom mission.
That's
a
my
lot of
number
fun.
2.
Either that or Orcs versus Drukhari, where Alex made his Warhammer 40k debut.
About that one.
Yeah. I was going to say my favorite game
Squig
was
Stackaluda.
Dueling Squigs Dakaluda. And I want a rematch because I'll get them next time. I just got to make a Dark Eldar TIE Fighter.
When you have it done, we'll do it.
All right.
That Votan match with the custom game rules that you made, Jordan, the dropping the dog tags, that was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that, partially just because of the rules you made. I think you did an awesome job with that mission. That was a lot of fun. And then, man,
it coming down to the wire also on that, like making that charge or not, was great.
I full on thought that I was like, oh no, there's no way that I can get enough points. I was legitimately shocked when you were like, and you won by 1 point. I was like, I did what? Yeah, that was wild. And then, was it this year? Was it earlier this year, Jordan, or was this last year, where it was my Knights versus your Deathwing, and your Primarch basically just walked through and chopped down all of my Knights one by one? Was that earlier this year?
Oh, that was last year.
I think that was last year.
Was that last year? Okay. I lost that horribly. It's still incredibly funny. It's still so funny.
Dark Angels is the only army that I can play, apparently.
Yeah. It was just the fact that I was like, I have giant robots. They can take down this one man. And he just stood there going, clang, clang.
I found it was July last year.
That's right. Okay. Well, then I guess this year it was just the one of the more recent games is the one that I can most distinctly remember. But my memory is like a goldfish, so it's hard to say. I'm sure if I went back and looked, I'd find some stuff that I liked.
Speaking of stuff we liked, let's talk a little bit about stuff we did or didn't accomplish here. We set some resolutions at the beginning of the year, and we're going to do it again next year, by the way. Jordo, let's start with you.
Hello.
You set some resolutions.
Yeah. You want me to just go down the list?
I feel like we should leave the first one for last.
Great. Okay. Let's see. So starting with the second one, 2,000 points of Flesh Eater Quartz. I didn't end up doing that. Like I said, employment is cringe. But I did end up painting a lot of other shit.
Yeah.
So, play one game of Necromunda and Trench Crusade. I didn't end up playing any Necromunda, unfortunately. I would have really liked to, but we did play some Trench Crusade, which was a lot of fun. And then we learned after the fact that we played it completely wrong. So I don't know if I'm gonna count that.
What?
we got some like core rules completely wrong.
Oh. Okay.
So there's like parts in the rules where it's like you take like a -1 to like your rolls or something, and we were interpreting that as like -1 dice from your hit roll, because you can like +1 and -1 dice to a bunch of your rolls, and we're like, oh, so that means like -1 dice to your roll. No, it actually just means -1 to the result. So like we played a bunch of shit like completely wrong.
Okay. Guess we'll have to do another Trench Crusade.
So kind of played some Trench Crusade.
You know what?
They did just come out with some new plastic Trench Crusade. So
this Easter, we're gonna play some Trench Crusade.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know about that one.
Okay.
War Games Atlantic does have Trench Mormons.
What?
Remember that kid I showed you? Where they're like,
hey Jordan, how about your?
Yeah, they're wearing the like suits.
I'm gonna throw in one of my resolutions here, because I also had build and paint 2 Necromunda teams on my resolutions.
I technically have Necromunda teams.
I mean, technically I do too, but like I didn't do that, and the intention was for me to bring those and us to be able to play. Full disclosure, we were already talking about Skirmish Summer, and so that was in my brain when I set that resolution, and then that just didn't end up winning the vote, so it didn't matter. We did Infinity
it was in
instead.
the running at one point.
Yeah. Jordan, back to you.
What else? Repaint 2,000 points of Space Wolves. I did do that. I repainted them as Wolfspear. I'm going to continue to do that with some more. I got some Space Wolves in the pipe. 3 tourneys. I said I was going to play in 3 different tournaments, one of which was going to be a GT level tournament. I kind of decided I didn't want to do that. I just kind of... This year was very narrative heavy for me, and I fell like very deep into just wanting to play narrative weirdo game modes and not really caring about tournaments. So I did go to 3 tournaments this year. None of them were GT level. Some of them were not even RTTs. They were like weirdo game mode 2v2s and like 1,500 point games and narrative tournaments and stuff. So I guess if you want to like take that and apply it to narratives, I would say that probably the Grand Narrative is a GT level narrative tournament. So that's a big fat maybe, I guess. And then 500 points of a new army by the end of the year. Yeah, I painted a bunch of sisters in like a month. So
I went and rewatched the video. I went and rewatched the video, and I was like, I want to clarify, because I didn't know if you meant like a new army, like Emperor's Children is a new army, or like Helms of Hashir.
No, like a new to me army.
No, I know, and so I asked, like, hey, does Sisters of Battle count? And that ends up being the army you painted most recently and the most of for this year specifically. Of a new army. So,
but now I think we're out of armies. I don't have any more armies to paint for 40k yet. So,
yeah, I don't. Well, no, that's not true. You're debuting a new one at the end of January.
That doesn't count.
Okay. Not a real army.
Imperial Agents isn't a real army.
Are we forgetting? We're forgetting one.
I was supposed to bully Ryan 50% less. Sean wrote success on here, but I'll leave that up to Ryan. Ryan, do you think I bullied you 50% less?
You definitely tried.
I think you bullied me more.
Well, yeah, we did determine after the last game that maybe I've been bullying you, at least on the tabletop.
So I put success on the list because I know Jordan legitimately made a conscious effort to bully Ryan less. And I think
I'll give it to you.
I think as a result, Jordan was just less like poke fun at his friends this year. Not that he like was really bad at it before, but like I noticed that like as a result. So kudos, Jordan.
Yeah,
on the other hand,
it's their fault. It's their fault. I'm not as funny anymore.
I on the other hand have made a point to just pick Ryan up as much as I bully him. Which I think I was successful in. Ryan, your goals.
He's kind of a big dude. He's a little hard to pick up.
I can pick him up.
I can do it.
Elliot Nash
I've done it once before when we lived together,
and that's how I learned that if there's
together.
No, you keep trying to. No, Ryan, you keep rewriting this history. A, I was able to drag you out of the house. If it was on fire, I would have gotten you out. That's A. And B, I did also give you a piggyback and walk several steps until you wanted off.
You guys are,
but
I
can't
drag me down the stairs, and it's going to be like concussion.
It's better than burning alive. That's A. And B, and B, I gave you a piggyback ride, and that was before I went to the gym. I can carry you, and you know that.
You have been lifting. I also have gained weight since then, so
it evens out. I can carry you.
We'll have to do another test someday.
Okay.
But
my knees are far worse than they used to be. Let's do it.
Ryan, you were actually the most conservative with your goals last year.
Yeah, because I know I'm bad at getting things done.
And yet, I think you did it. So tell me about your goals.
Well, to just segue from the last topic, one of my goals was to give Jordan 50% less reason to bully me. I don't know if I did that necessarily.
No.
So that's a fail. I had a big hobby. I didn't write this. The big hobby idea, success, narrative, and terrain board. So that was
So-
launching the narrative and making
so
a city board.
what your goal was to get some of your big hobby ideas finished. You have all these big hobby ideas in the back of your brain, and you wanted to get them finished, and you did that.
Mm-hmm.
You nailed the
I
urban
started
terrain
on it,
board.
Yeah. I mean, the narrative's like bleeding into 2026, but I mean, I guess it got started, so that's a success. Got Dark Eldar stream ready. Boom,
You did
Check
do
out
that.
across the finish line.
Check out Monday's stream.
Space Marine armor or another cosplay. I technically did get another cosplay. That was accidentally Jason Voorhees, but it was also a Night Lord chapter serve.
Accidentally Vault Dweller.
I was gonna say end of Vault.
Yeah. Tragic. But yeah. So I technically achieved that. It wasn't a very high effort one, so like lowercase success maybe, but it happened.
Lowercase success I will accept as success. Elliot.
I think I did pretty good. I kind of replaced several of the things that are on this list with other like life things. I ended up leaving my job and getting a new one. So that took a lot of my time and energy and bandwidth. I also have started sending my wife to school. She's now going to school full time. So helping her with that and supporting all that is also just kind of like a big dig into my time and energy. But besides that, so that kind of cut into some stuff. I did repaint 1,600 points of Votan, so I got there. And they are the ones that I did are the hybrid with the Tyranid. So I did do a lot of kit bashing. So it wasn't the full 2,000 points, but it was enough for the grand narrative, and I'm happy with what I got. I kind of did my cosplay. I enhanced what I did last year. I made it better this year around. It's still not where I want it to be, but I'm happy with where the cosplay for the grand narrative ended up. I had to drop trying to go camping and learning Japanese, and I just didn't have the bandwidth for all of that. And I had on here that I wanted to do a Minecraft event. I had a big event idea that I wanted to actually host and put together. Instead, I participated in other charity events from other creators, so I still did a lot of stuff. In fact, I did more events than if I just hosted my own. But I still kind of failed on that one. But I did spool up and get set up the server, the community servers for the for Slam Sector. So it's a lot of my goals. I didn't get things done, but I can't. I refuse. How do I say this? When I started looking back at my list of things, I started going, "Oh, I didn't get stuff accomplished. I kind of failed this year." I was looking at the initial list and going like, "Oh, I really just dropped the ball on this," and I felt kind of bad about it. But when I actually really sat down and thought about, okay, well, what else? What did I get done? I kind of am just going to force myself to refuse to feel bad about what I got done, which is my default, is to go, "Oh, I'm a failure."
Priorities
I think I did a good
change.
job this year. Yeah, priorities changed. I think I did a good job this year. It wasn't what I set out to do, but I think I got a lot done, and so I'm happy about it.
So I will say I wrote everyone's resolution list just because I went back through the video from last year, or
Yeah.
the beginning of this year, I guess. Because I didn't write mine down, which we'll get to in a minute. Elliot, I only put kinda on your cosplay one because you made a warrior, or you just didn't. You were very adamant about a warrior cosplay in the video,
Yeah.
and you made
Well, that's why-
another.
yeah.
And I will say, I think your cosplay is great. I don't think you should feel like you only halfway did it. I think you have a cosplay. You have more of
The
a
reason I
Votan
say- the reason I
cosplay
say
than most
halfway
Votan
is-
cosplayers.
Yeah, the reason I say halfway is because it's a lot of what I had in 2024, and then I amplified it and added
Yeah.
onto it.
And you'll do the same next year.
Well, I'm hoping to do something crazy next year, but that's a whole nother conversation.
Cool. All right, we don't need to talk about my goals. So yeah, that's it. No,
No!
I'm kidding. All right, so I've got a whole big old bag of failure here. I'm going to be honest with you. I wanted 5k points of parade ready Black Templars, and what I had said was I wanted all of them kit bashed. I didn't do that. I'm at about 4,000 points, and I need to finish some kit bashes on a couple of them. I still have repeat sculpts, which I was very adamant about getting rid of. I said I wanted 3k points of Deathwatch ready to go. The three of you, or at least Jordan and Ryan, know I wrestled with this one all year because Deathwatch kept changing, and they've been in a weird spot. And there's the worry of if I put a ton of time and effort and money into them, and then they don't exist in 11th, right? Like, that's gonna fucking suck. So, update. I will hit this goal 2 weeks late. So, there's Deathwatch on my desk. A bunch of them. You've probably seen me post them in the Discord. They will be done mid-January, which counts. I will count.
Better late than never.
Yeah. If it weren't for me going out of town for the holidays, and like having to leave town tomorrow for work, they would be done.
What else could you have possibly had going on this year?
Yeah. Well, so that's ultimately what this was. I ended up I'm in 2024. One of my goals was to move to Atlanta, and I did that this year, which took a lot of time and effort from painting. It was a lot harder of a move than I expected. I wanted 2 Necromunda teams. I already talked about that. I didn't do it. But I did make an Infinity team, so I will count that as like a side grade. I wanted 2 Mordheim or Frostgrave teams. They're kind of the same thing. I didn't do that, and I have no excuse. I wanted a full Sector Imperialis terrain board. I have about 75% of a full 3D printed Sector Imperialis terrain board. What I didn't account for in the goal last year, I had the Realm of Battle Sector Imperialis at the start of the year, and I ended up selling it before the move. So that meant I then had to print and build a new board for it. And I'm probably going to go back to the drawing board on that. But before that, I wanted to do a Jungle / Mechanicus board. Which we've all played on net, right? We've all played on that? I finished that? Did I finish that?
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about, so...
well, I'm talking about these barbed venom gorse trees, of which I now have almost 15. I have 15 of these trees now. You can tell where I got them because they're on these stupid 3D print bases. Wonder who did that. Anyways, I own 6, and I just got another 6 from Matthew. So that will be done soon. But it will not be done by the end of the year. And Space Marine armor. I did it. I built what I will count as Space Marine armor, because it was built with the consideration of I had to wear it all day and play 40k in it. I'm not satisfied by that, obviously, but I will count that as a success. I had one final goal that I do think was a success, was communicate better with Ryan, which I think Ryan and I have settled our communication issues. Ryan and I, full disclosure, Ryan and I used to butt heads a lot over things we agreed on. And I think we both now have stopped doing that, generally.
A communications disruption can only mean one thing.
War!
Holy shit.
And in the grim darkness of the far future, something.
There's only invasion?
There's only invasion. Hey, we did it. We got through 2025.
Not yet.
Not yet, you're right. Fuck. I gotta.
Yeah,
I gotta.
And as for the deadlines, I would say that when did our last when did
Oh,
our
true.
goals episode air? When did we do that? Because that would
do
be
we do that at the end of the year or the start of the year?
I think we
Pretty
did
sure
it
it's
in January.
In January.
So
you still
Sean,
have
you're
time
saying
if
you're
you
going to
feel
be
any
2
of these
weeks
to
late.
rush.
Yeah, Sean, you said you were going to be 2 weeks late. You might.
I
be
don't
just
think we did
on
it 2
time.
weeks into January. I think it was our first stream of January.
I assume it was our
Okay, well,
first stream of January.
Hey, then maybe you'll only be a week late. Is all I'm saying is.
I think Sean gets a little grace period.
Oh yeah, it was January 2nd.
Yeah. There you
Okay.
go.
You have one extra day. You have one extra day, Sean.
Oh. Anyways, I want to thank everyone who watches our channel and who has stayed like part of our community and made this what it is. It's a small community, but like if it weren't for the, dozen of you that like really are committed to supporting us and like that, I don't think we'd still be doing this. So thank you.
No comment.
No comment. Next year we don't have big giant plans like we did this year, but I mean, I'm talking about like Slam Sector. We made a whole bunch of plans at the beginning of the year. I think we hit a bunch of them, but I think we also like got blindsided by life this year in an interesting way. And I will tell you, like, I want to, like,
I underestimated how much employment was
Yeah,
fuck
yeah,
up
yeah,
with scheduling.
yeah. Well, and you've had like a particularly busy year with work too. Like, even just beyond,
Not gonna get any better.
no, it's gonna get worse. So, and I just started a job that's gonna be very hours intensive. I like have to drive to Montgomery, Alabama tomorrow. Yeah, and then come back that night. So like, that's gonna be rough. But yeah, things are like that. So, we have no more After Dark for the rest of the year. We have one more Slam Sector, or is there two more?
Two more? One more? One more.
One more Slam
Just
Sector,
one
Just
more.
one. Just the one. Just the one next week.
Which will
Yeah.
be me, Jordan, and Elliot in some combination.
Probably smooching a little bit.
Probably smooching a little bit. We got to get our New Year's Eve
That's a
kisses
treat.
in early.
Yeah.
And
I'm gonna be playing King of the Coliseum. I'm
Yeah.
gonna be running Space Wolves. I still don't know what I'm fighting.
no idea. We're going to talk about
Something.
that after.
After
and,
dark.
and then we get to add it just in time. We add it to the list of different game modes that we've played this year.
Yeah,
Different
True.
variant game modes.
cool.
We gotta come up with our own.
We do.
Yeah.
We've sort of talked about
Every,
that.
every other
been-
YouTube channel has their own big weirdo game mode. We gotta come up with our own.
I think
been
we're just the
working
channel
on
that
one
plays
that-
all the other game modes.
I've been working on
True.
one, but I need to run it past y'all.
I can't wait.
We're the ones that stream them all because I can't be stopped for making new graphics and shit.
Cool. Well, hey, this was great. Is there anything we're missing, Jordan? Get in the Discord if you're watching this and you don't already.
Get in the
Discord.
comments.
Get in the
And
comments.
also in the Discord.
In the comments, tell me what your favorite Christmas Eve or New Year's Eve beverage is. I have to
Tell
know.
me your favorite Christmas movie.
Both, I guess.
And tell us why it's Die Hard.
Tell us your favorite Christmas movie that's not Die Hard.
Rude.
I hear Die Hard too much. I want to know
That's
other
fair.
opinions.
Elliot, you have something?
I'm trying to remember the name of it. There was a action movie, Christmas movie a few years back with the guy who is
Violent
the
Nights.
sheriff and Violent Nights. That one was surprisingly violent. It was actually
was
really
funny.
fun. It was a really fun
Yeah.
watch. Yeah. that might be my current favorite because it is a little like, oh, there were a couple moments where I was like, this is going to be kind of gruesome, and there were a couple moments where, oh my god, I was like,
it was kind of
pretty
funny.
cool. Yeah.
Hey, maybe we'll do another movie night this year, and we'll watch Violent Night.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
That'd be fun.
All right. Thank you, everyone. And we will see you guys. I don't know, sometime. I gotta hit a
Soon.
button here, and I gotta find it. I'm sorry.